Right, so the Groza, man. Now, before I even get into this video, now, if you're going for DM Ultra, you don't need to do the Groza on the list before you start SMGs. You can do them in that sort of order, because the Groza and the Mac 10, they come in as additional weapons in Season 1, I think it was. So, if you are going for the DM Ultra, you don't need to do those challenges. So, do the base guns and you will unlock DM Ultra. I just did all of these in order, man, because I'm in no rush to unlock it. Do you know what I mean? So, I just did everything in order. So the Groza is the last one on the assault rifles list, and the Mac 10 is the last one on the submachine list. But let's talk about this Groza. Now, I was surprised at this one. I'm not gonna lie. I fully enjoyed doing this because once you start off with this gun, it does bounce a little bit. The recoil is a bit, you know, it's one of them. But now, once you get the attachments and you start building your class with it, man, this thing is a laser and the damage is great. I mean, the only thing that lacks for me is long ranges. Like, the damage seems to fall off, so you do need to, you know what I mean, drop a few extra bullets in them to get them at long range. But either way, man, medium range, man, medium to long, I'd say with this one. Oh man, it's insane. It really is. It shocked me when I was doing it because I thought, oh, nothing's going to beat the QBZ. Like, the QBZ is one of my favourite guns in this game, but when I started using the Groza, it's like, it's on par with it, man, if not a little bit better, because you got, like, it seems to perform like an SMG hybrid. That's the only way that I can explain it, because the movement is really, really good with it. I do like this one, man. I'm going to be using this one again. Look, I really don't know, because I don't know if people are just sleeping on this gun, or they just don't know about it, like, because I rarely see this being used in multiplayer. And it's a shame, man, because people are really losing out on fun with this gun, because it's a great weapon. You can see, man, the clips that are dropping into the background on these videos, and just clips that, you know, little feeds that I get with each weapon, because I don't really want to just put one whole gameplay up and just get, like, you know what I mean, 20 kills in the back gameplay. So for me, you can't really see where the weapon performs and stuff. So this is why I like putting multiple clips in, to show off some of the feeds that you can get with this gun. But as always, I will show the class shortly. I do want to talk about the recoil a little bit on this one, because at the start on the base weapon, you can sort of be put off when you first start using it, but you have to keep with this one, because once you unlock the attachments, there's not a lot of recoil to control. It's just lasers, and the damage it's just great, which is a good thing, man, because, like, I did genuinely think that there's not a lot of assault rifles in this game that I would go back to once I've, like, done DM Ultra, because M4 is a good gun, but, you know, other weapons can outperform me. For me, it's just the AK and the QBZ, the best guns in this game. But now I've used this Groza, it's up there, man. It's definitely the third on the list. Okay, so the Groza class. You have to be careful with this one, because usually the last barrel is always the best barrel on the assault rifle, on any gun really in this game. But you have to look at this one because it's like in the middle. So the scope that I used is the Microflex LED, because the iron sights on this are a bit busy, man, and I won't recommend them, to be fair. Muzzle, KGB Eliminator, recoil control. Barrel, this is the one, 16.7. You get the extra damage range and the bullet velocity, and it's like, you know what I mean, it's the third unlock, so it could confuse you, to be honest with you. Grip, Spec Snaz grip as always for the recoil control, and magazine is the last one. Extra rounds, job done every time. So overall, this gun, man, I'd recommend it. I really would. There's not really any tips that I can give you with this one, because it's just a good assault rifle, so everything should come as normal. It's not like the FFAR where you do need to jump into hardcore to get those long shots. You know what I mean? You can do your long shots in core on this one. It won't really be an issue. But this one, the way that I see this one, it's like, it sort of feels like it's a better version of the M4, if you get what I mean. Like, the M4 is a good gun for everybody to use. For me, it lacks with little things like the damage and stuff, you know what I mean? So, and the movement, but with the Groza, you get those extra benefits. I'd recommend this one, I really would. Over the M4, I'd say use the Groza, because the Groza just shreds, man. At medium range, you're going to win the gunfight. If your aim's on point, you will win the gunfight 100%. Now, I do need to jump into Warzone, because I do like to talk about the guns in Warzone as well, even though I don't really play Warzone that much now. I've used this once in Warzone, and it was okay, like, do you know what I mean? There's better guns out there now. And the way that I'm seeing Warzone right now is, it's nice that the DMR isn't really dominating the game as it was, because, you know what I mean, it was in a bad state. It still is, you know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, like, but I'm seeing a lot of, and this is mind-blowing to me, this one. I'm seeing a lot of FFARs now in Warzone, and I used that gun myself last night, man. and I made the same sort of class that I would make in Cold War. And if you, the way that they've ported that gun into Warzone, there is literally no recoil, and it's insane. But you jump onto Cold War with that gun and it bounces all over the place, even with the same attachments, man. It's crazy. That gun, man, the way that I see is the way it performs in Warzone. It just needs to be just a little bit in half, cutting off the recoil, cutting off the way that it is on there, and drop it back into Cold War, because it'll be a good gun to use in Cold War. But it's so good in Warzone. It's crazy, man. I honestly don't know who's doing the weapon balancing in these games, man. I really, really don't. You know what I mean? It would just be nice to have a game that is a nice balance of, you know what I mean, the guns are the same as them in multiplayer, as them in Warzone. I know Warzone's a bigger map, so, you know what I mean, if you're going for long ranges, and you need to be using sniper rifles, because that's what they're for. I mean, not ARs, what can just cross map you. They just need to, I think we need a proper big weapon balance. And at the moment, I mean, when's the last time that we saw a weapon balance in Cold War? I can't remember, man. The only thing that I've seen was that a Warzone DMR nerf. That is the only thing that I've seen. Because some guns do need a little bit of a buff, and some guns do need a bit of a nerf. Then I mean, that's just how it is. The way that I've seen this is I've gone through all the SMGs as well now, and using the SMGs in this game, on any game mode, man, really any game mode, fair enough. I did most of the SMGs on Nuketown, because Nuketown's the map to do the camos on, man, especially with SMGs. Do you know what I mean? But I can't really see myself. There's no point in using assault rifles, man. That's what I really think, man. You got the AK-74U. The medium range on that is unbelievable. It's, you know what I mean? You might as well use that over an assault rifle. Then you got the Bullfrog. The Bullfrog, man. When I talk about this when I do the upcoming videos, man, the Bullfrog's up there. Like, that's honest to God, man. It's between two weapons. It's either one or two, the Bullfrog. The Bullfrog's insane. It really is. The damage that puts out and how fast you can kill somebody is brilliant. And this is what I like, man. This is why that gun should be. You know what I mean? This is the way that gun should be in the games, because they're fun. They're not ridiculously overpowered like one shots. You still have to put a few bullets in people, but it just feels good. And there's some guns in this game that does not feel good, man. There's no point in going back to them. And you guys know, man, from the assault rifles and the tac rifles that I used, the burst guns, I'm not a fan of burst guns. Do you know what I mean? Or single fire guns, man. I just like fully automatic guns, and that's just how that I am. That's how I've played the game for years. The KSP SMG is absolutely insane. And I've got a video coming about that, and it's so good. The SMGs dominate this game, in my opinion, and that's why I think we need a nice weapon balance. And once again, man, I want to thank everybody who's subscribing to the channel, and I want to thank everybody who's commenting on the videos and taking the time out to watch them. It means a lot, man, and I love interacting, man, and replying back to everybody. You'll see, if you watch my videos and you look in the comments, I try and reply back to absolutely everybody. Do you know what I mean? Because that's what it's all about, man. And if you're on Twitter as well, follow me on Twitter. It's @wasfps. So yeah, man, nice one.